Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a review on the Venum Challenger 2.0 headgear, so stay tuned. Peel off. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Venum Challenger 2.0 headgear. Got mine in the white and black color scheme. You can also get it in all black. I believe they also have it black and neon green. It is a one-size-fits-all headgear, which I'm not a big fan of, which I'll explain here in a little bit once I put it on and kind of show you guys the fitment of it. It retails for $59. It's designed in Thailand, but it is made in China. And this is, to me, Venum's more or less their entry-level headgear. It does use a synthetic outside casing, which does help with saving weight. And it is a full face headgear, meaning that you have the cheek protectors in the front and also a padded chin. So instead of having an actual adjustable chin strap, you have a padded chin. You typically see this a little bit more in MMA style headgears rather than a traditional boxing headgear. Some people hate it. Some people like that extra chin protection, but I'll kind of go into detail on this chin portion in general. But there you have it. You can see it's actually a pretty attractive looking headgear. You have that Venum logo on the very front. The outside casing, I would say, has more of a satin look and feel to it, and you could definitely tell this is synthetic. It's not genuine leather. The Venum script across on the forehead. The forehead itself has, I'd say, about 1.5 inches of firm density padding on the exterior of the headgear, and that holds true for the entire headgear, where you have this about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of firm padding on the exterior. But when you go to the inside of the headgear, they line it with a little bit more of a softer plush type of foam, so that it's more form-fitting and comfortable on your face when you put it on. So you do have, obviously, the forehead right there. There's some stitching. Construction on this is decent. There's areas where you can kind of see the stitching start to fray. I'm not a big fan of the mesh on the headgear just because it often gets frayed and gets caught onto Velcro. But you have that. Then you also have the temples right here. That wraps around to the cheek guards that go over your cheek, and then obviously down into the chin protector. And you also have this little cushion. And essentially what happens is your chin is supposed to kind of sit in there like a cup and kind of tuck underneath your chin to stay into place. The reason they put that there, obviously the padding is there to protect yourself when you get hit in the chin, but more importantly so that it stays secure on your face, because you no longer have an adjustable strap to where you can really adjust, I guess, the vertical tightness of the headgear. So that's the big reason why, traditionally speaking, I'm not a big fan of these type of headgears, because one, as far as chin protection goes, I mean, if you get hit in the chin, regardless if you have this pad there or not, you're still going to feel the concussive force of the punch. So if somebody hits you with a really good uppercut, you're still going to feel it. You're going to feel your brain rattle. And to me, this pad right here is not going to do much. And you're really losing the vertical adjustment that you would if you have an actual adjustable buckle underneath, or a quick clip buckle. So I'm not a big fan of that, but that's that. And then you also have just kind of this kind of dagger design right here. You have, I'd say, about 1 inch of firm density ear padding around the ear donuts with the crossbar that goes across. That's pretty traditional and standard. You can see some of the stitching could be better right there. It does say design in Thailand, high quality. That's what it says right there. But it's made in China, just to give you guys a heads up again. Then you have this Venum logo. That looks pretty clean on the back. It's kind of the same material, that synthetic leather material they use, and it's embossed with the Venum logo. Again, it says design in Thailand, and then also has, I believe, the patent pending right down here. And then again, the same ear donut on the other side. And then just to show you the adjustability. Now, the crown of the headgear really only has one adjustable strap. Again, much like the chin strap, I'm not a big fan of, because it has a synthetic leather loop right here on the inside that this basically just kind of pulls through. So you're not really getting much adjustability in terms of the crown. Typically, you have headgears that use the little loops around the crown of the headgear with the laces that kind of go through. And when you pull on the laces at the very back, it basically just kind of conforms to your head, almost kind of like a net on the top of your head, and it really gives you that form-fitting feel, and you can't really get it with this headgear. So the fact that they use this crossbar system, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a fan of the mesh as well, just because that will get caught on Velcro. But the adjustability of it is kind of a big flaw in my opinion. You have the Velcro on the back right there. So basically the way that goes, it just kind of sticks on the back of the head. And then from there, you have the horizontal, or basically the I guess you can call it the circumference of your head, that basically you can adjust using this Velcro. So only thing you really have here is you can, you know, make it wider and stick it like that, or you can make it really tight and kind of come across. But that's really the only kind of tightness adjustment you have. So the inside liner I do like, however, it is kind of scratchy on the chin. It's kind of more of a microfiber liner. The great thing about that compared to some other headgears that use leather or like a smooth synthetic material is it doesn't slide around, which I like a lot. And again, you can see the foam consistency on the headgear on the inside is softer. So the fact that they use a different softer foam padding for the inside of the head is really nice. So it feels more comfortable on your face. It doesn't feel like you have, you know, a piece of cardboard stuck against your temple. And then there's the actual chin portion. So I can try to show you guys that the chin portion of the headgear. I'll flip that open. You can see it's just more of that synthetic material. I found that my chin would really rub quite a bit against this portion right here, which caused some discomfort right here on my chin because it was constantly just kind of rubbing. So again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not a fan of the chin version of this headgear. They do have a chinless version. If I were to do it all over again, I probably would have went with that one. So let's go ahead and put this thing on, show you guys the fitment of it. Again, this is a one size fits all headgear. So sliding it on, you have the adjustment of the back, and that's really the only thing that you're adjusting. So just to kind of give you guys a reference, I typically wear, I guess I consider my head to be larger. I typically wear like a 7.5 to a 7 3/4 inch fitted hat, like a New Era hat. And usually when I get large headgears on the websites, depending on the brand, it's usually like 23 inches and up when it comes to the actual circumference of my head. So with that being said, this actually fits me decently. I wouldn't say it's the best. One thing you'll notice is, just to start with the front, I have good peripheral vision as far as going left and right. I feel like this top portion of the headgear is pretty good as well. I have good upward vision. So if you're crouching or you're slipping and bobbing and weaving, you're kind of getting underneath punches or kicks, whatever it may be, you can still kind of look upwards and see and focus on what your target is. Now the lower vision, I feel like these cheek protectors are really big for my face. Maybe if I had a fatter head and I just had a larger head, this would spread out a little bit more and sit more on my cheeks, but I feel like it just kind of pushes up against my nose. So anytime I get hit, it pushes up against my nose. And then even this chin, like I said again, because it's one size fits all, my chin doesn't sit in this cup right here. It's actually right here on top of this cushion rather than this cup. So this cup right here is hollow. I can basically put like all my fingers underneath that when it should be sitting on that. Again, the whole one size fits all thing, to me, I'm not a big fan of that. The actual foam on the inside feels good against my face, so I definitely like that. The ergonomics of the ear hole are a little off. You can see that this headgear the ear donut's a little bit too low, so my ear is actually all the way up here rather than it being centered with the ear hole. And there's really no way for me to kind of like rotate this up to adjust it to where it's in the right place. Now again, it's not a huge deal, but if you do get hit with this, you'll feel that if you get hit on this portion of the ear donut, that's going to push up against your earlobe. So just one thing you guys want to keep in mind, or the top of your ear, excuse me. I'm rotating around. I'll show you guys the back. Again, here's the Velcro strap and the adjustment of that. You do have good mobility as far as able to rotate your head around and have full mobility with that. So good range of motion with your head, which is pretty good as well. Just to show you guys the left ear, again, kind of off center. So all in all, I like this headgear, but I definitely think they should offer different sizes that accommodate different size heads and dimensions. I think the one size fits all approach when it comes to headgear is not the best. I also would not get the chin pad version of this headgear just because I don't see the purpose of it other than giving you some extra padding if you were to take a shot to the chin. But again, I mean, regardless of if you have that pad there or not, you're still going to feel the force of the punch. And unlike the cheek protector or the front part of your forehead and temple, you're not worried about your chin getting cut open. You're worried about underneath your eyes and the orbital bone, the brow area around here, and obviously your nose. But really here, you know, the head clashes usually is on the brow, underneath the eye, your nose getting busted. So those to me is what the headgear is primarily for, is to prevent any kind of cuts or bruising if you get into a head clash, and obviously when you get punched or kicked. And to me, having a chin pad it's kind of pointless in my opinion, but I'd rather have had a chin strap here, which you can get, and that way you have that adjustment to where you can really close it and make this really nice and tight underneath, and really just make it more form-fitting. A lace-up closure up top for the crown would have been better in my opinion. And even the back, you can stick with the Velcro strap, but again, I'm more of a big fan of the lace-up closure for the rear as well. But at the least, have a lace-up system for the top crown to make this a lot more form-fitting. So lace up for the top, put a strap down below, you can get that as well, and make more sizes, and it'd definitely be a much better headgear. So for $59, it's decent. I think there's better alternatives out there than this one for the price, just based on all of the small opportunities and improvements they can make with this headgear. So hope you guys enjoyed this review video. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find the Venum Challenger 2.0 headgear. See you guys next time. Peace.